Hello guys, Namaste and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss the scope of piano in India. Also, we are going to discuss the opportunities you have after complete your bachelor's degree and in what field you can do your specialization after achieving your bachelor's degree. So we are going to cover everything about piano in this today's video. So, are you curious about the field of prosthetics and orthotics? Don't worry. In this today's video, I'm going to tell you the career opportunities, the subjects you will going to study in A&O, also the specializations you can do after completing a bachelor's degree. So, we are going to cover everything. So, I will explain you everything you need to know about P&O in India. So, the first question arises, what is prosthetics and orthotics? And I have explained these terms many times in my videos, so you can watch my shorts so that you can understand these terms. So, we will not waste our time in understanding these terms again. Firstly, we are going to discuss about the scope of P&O in India. So it has a growing demand due to the increase in the number of road traffic accidents, diabetes-related amputations, polio survivors, congenital deformities, stroke patients, paralysis patients, cerebral palsy, and many more. Secondly, it has an expanding role in rehabilitation centers, hospitals, NGOs, defense services, and also in sports injury rehab. Thirdly, it has a increasing awareness and government support also through the schemes like Educate and the schemes for differently abled people. So now we are going to discuss about the job opportunities. So you can work in hospitals and rehabilitation centers that have both private and government setups. You can work in NGOs and charitable organizations by providing low-cost aids and appliances. You can also work in defense and army hospitals by assisting injured soldiers. You can work in prosthetics and orthotic companies also, and like Autobook, and you can also pursue your career in academics and research by teaching or by doing research after your higher studies, or you can also start your own private clinic. Now comes the salary range that most of the students asked. So the starting fresher salary after completing a bachelor's degree is 30K to 40K, and basically it varies by the sector. It depends in which sector you are working. If you will work in companies like private companies or in hospital like AIMS, then it will increase, of course. So it depends in which sector you are working. It can decrease also, it can increase also. But if you work in companies, in private companies, or in hospitals, or in NGOs, or some rehabilitation center, or some sports injury rehab center, or in government hospital again, so it will definitely increase. So I'm just telling you the normal range like 30K to 40K. After completing a bachelor's degree and if you gain 2 to 3 years experience, it increases to 60K plus. And after doing your specialization and gaining some experience, it increases to 80K to 1 lakh. And it can increase more also after gaining your experience. Okay. So I'm just telling you the normal range. Okay. Now the question arises, in what fields you can do your specialization after completing your bachelor's degree in India? So you have multiple options. First is the pediatric orthotics. If you love children, then you can do your specialization in pediatrics and you can become pediatric orthotist by doing your specialization in pediatric orthotics. Secondly, you can do your specialization in neurorehabilitation, then diabetes and foot care, spinal orthotics, sports prosthetics and orthotics, assistive technology, and neuroprosthesis. This is the research field basically, assistive technology and neuroprosthesis. It's a research way. So if you want to do research, then you can do a specialization in assistive technology and neuroprosthetics. Also, you can do a specialization in geriatric rehabilitation, in which you deal with old age people suffering from deformities. We are going to discuss about the subjects that you are going to study during your BPO course. And we all know that it's a 4-year course with 6-month internship. And in this video, I'm just going to tell you the key subjects we are going to study. I will make a separate video on this topic in which I will going to tell you the subjects year wise. Like in first year, what are the subjects you have to study in the second year and third year and fourth year. So I will make the separate video on this topic. Also, I'm going to tell you the books you should refer. So I will make separate video on this topic. So I'm just going to discuss the key subjects that you will study during our BPO course, so that you get an idea like what are the subjects I have to study. Okay, so the key subjects that you are going to study is anatomy, physiology, pathology, gynecology, orthopedic surgery, neuroscience, neurology, pediatrics, EMR, medicine rehabilitation, prosthetic science 1, and orthotic science 1. We are going to study prosthetic science and orthotic science for your whole 4 years. Okay. And most important, the biomechanics, applied mechanics, workshop technology, and material science. These are basically your key subjects. Okay. And in clinical, you are going to uh, learn about the patient care, fabrication, and so this was an complete overview about the scope of Indo in India, specialization and career opportunities you have, and the salary, the subjects you're going to study in PNDO. So if you find this video informative, do like, share and subscribe. And also you can ask your doubts in the comment section. I will be happy to answer. Bye bye, everyone.